What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I hope you guys are well and warm. Kicking it fly today. It seems as if Raw has given a statement, and I wanted to go over it here. There's a lot of things that people aren't talking about, and they're willing to take this PR statement as face value, and I feel as if it leaves more questions than it did answers. And we're going to talk about it today. So a message from Raw. This is the formal statement given by Raw just 2 days ago. I was out of the country and unable to respond, but now that we're here, I'm going to go over it now. Raw is an underdog success story. With our support, we have risen to be a global brand beloved by discriminating smokers. Under the vision of our founder, Josh Kesselman, Raw is now one of the global leaders in rolling papers and smoking innovations. Raw is an independent company run by tight-knit team whose members truly love what they do. We are very proud of our reputation for quality products, the positive standing we have established in the industry, and the love our customers share for Raw brand and its values. You may have heard some hurtful and inaccurate rumors floating around out there about Raw. We deeply regret any uncertainty they have created for our community of supporters and want to take this opportunity to clarify some aspects of our business. Raw organic hemp rolling paper booklets are made in Benamarfil, a quaint village in the Alicante province of Spain. See the location Google Maps, Benamarfil. Our papers are milled at the finest mills in the south of France, and the milled paper rolls are sent to Benamarfil, Spain, where they go through a special process to be made into either the beautiful sheets of Raw in your booklet or finished and sent onwards to be rolled into a cone. All Raw organic hemp papers are indeed made with true, unbleached, certified organic hemp. As an independent-owned company, Raw's philanthropic efforts of over a decade, now called Raw Giving, have contributed more than $2.5 million in direct cash contributions, plus in-kind contributions of $186,174 to a wide variety of charities. Raw's in-kind gifts helped the charities raise an additional $590,661 for themselves. These top charities received more than $20,000 each for a total of $2.3 million. These charities are Water is Life International, Sinai International, Wine to Water, Boys Hope, Girls Hope, Friends of Independent Schools and Better Education, YMCA, Home for Good, Gompers Habilitation Center, Arizona's Coalition to End Sexual and Domestic Violence, Trees for the Future, Global Development Groups, Central Arizona Shelter Services, Arizona Opera, AmeriCare's General Aid and Relief Fund, PSA Behavioral Health Agency, CarbonFund.org, East Bay Sanctuary Covenant. The name we previously used for our giving efforts may have created the impression that we ourselves were a charity. We are not a charity. Charities raise money by requesting donations. Raw does not. Instead, Raw gives portions of its profit to provide financial support to many charities and other causes central to the values of our brand. In other cases, we provide fundraising opportunities for nonprofits who receive donations directly from our audience. We have updated how we communicate about Raw Giving and continue to be proud of its many achievements. Sadly, like many other successful companies, Raw is involved in litigation, more than we would like, in order to preserve the value of our company and products. Recently, a case that has been ongoing for 7 years resulted in some updates for Raw. The good news is the jury awarded us almost $1 million for a competitor's willful infringement of Raw trade dress and $40,000 in statutory damages for willful infringement of Raw's copyright. With this victory, Raw has a stronger brand than before. Please note, I did not highlight any of this. This comes out of the official statement by Raw. As part of this case, we conceded to an agreed order requiring certain changes on some of our packaging and marketing messages. We're sorry for any confusion the litigation outcome has created and are relieved that the recent lawsuit does not negatively affect the sale of any of our products already in the market. Our valued customers and stores who stock Raw's products will continue to sell them and run their businesses just as before. We have been innovating and addressing changes to Raw's packaging for many years. This is a common practice and we are updating them again as we speak to better illustrate our brand and products. Rest assured, all Raw products we sell continue to meet our highest quality standards. None of this diminishes the impeccable quality of our papers, nor the organic certification of the hemp we have used for a long time. Thank you for your love and support of Raw and our products as we continue to strive for the perfect experience of our customers. We all get higher together. Sincerely, the Raw team. So this is a statement that took about a week and a bit to formulate on behalf of Raw and essentially Josh Kesselman. although it leaves a few questions at bear. The first one is, why did it take a week and a half for this statement to be released? This statement includes nothing that wasn't already stated by both Josh Kesselman and Raw previously. Raw has stated that their papers do not come from Alcoy, Spain, as was alleged, and that, in fact, they've been talking about this Benemarful, Spain for quite some time. The reality is if you go back in time, you can see that the references made to Alcoy, Spain are vast. And in fact, there's parts of their website that mention Alcoy, Spain, numerous amounts of times that have since been removed. They also reiterate the fact that the Raw Foundation was not a charity. This is a statement that has been made by Josh Kesselman for numerous days leading up to this statement. I'm kind of curious as to why we waited this long for some kind of formal statement. The reality is that Josh did state on his Instagram that when a legal process is going down like this, his legal team did advise that they not discuss the matter at hand. But this statement, in fact, just clarifies everything that they've already stated up until this point. There's something that it fails to acknowledge, and that is why it conceded to the injunction to no longer make claims that they have been making for decades. For example, one of the main things that the jury found of HBI, that they engaged in unfair competition and violated the Illinois Uniform Deceptive Trade Practices Act through its rolling paper packaging and promotional activities. This is something that Raw doesn't take into consideration. They don't address this very claim. What were the unfair business practices? And why would they even announce in their own statement that they are no longer making some particular claims? They state here, as part of this case, we conceded to an agreed order requiring certain changes on some of our packaging and marketing messages. So this little sentence here kind of overlooks a number of the claims that have been put forward by this injunction. There is a number of statements that Raw can no longer make, that they are unrefined, that they have a Raw Foundation. So this is the one allegation that they addressed, the Raw Foundation. They can't state that it's unrefined. They can't state that they're using natural hemp gum. They can't state that they were the world's only organic rolling paper. They can't state that their booklets are made in Alcoy, Spain. They can't state that the paper cones are from Alcoy, Spain. The bulk paper, raw hemp paper from Spain. Like, there is still a number of claims that they can no longer make. I seriously think that there's more that's going on here. There are a number of things that they just simply don't address with this statement that a number of people are quickly taking as them being free of any deceptive practices. But their statement doesn't address that. Instead, it kind of just glosses over everything and reiterates what they've been saying for the last few weeks. Josh Kesselman's Instagram has very heavily been on a PR stunt since this injunction took place. They've been reiterating that the papers are made from the best mills in France. They've been showing all the organizations that the Raw Giving has provided for. You need to respond on the news. The silence is louder than anything right now. I've been a loyal fan and customer since day one, as many others, and I am giving you guys the benefit of the doubt for now. Josh responds, big company versus my little company. Case isn't over yet, and I've been advised absolutely not to comment, and I just can't yet. Sorry. More will be revealed.
Let's go on a paper tour. This is hemp that's going to become rolling paper. This is a beautiful 100-year-old riverside mill in France that makes a lot of base paper for Raw. When you create your own rolling papers, you're going to want to carefully choose which mills you buy your base paper from. And two of my favorites are in France. There are other amazing ones too, though. These processes date back hundreds of years, and although they've been greatly improved, the traditional methodology is still pretty much the same. You have to use the highest quality mills to achieve your highest quality rolling papers. It goes hand in hand. This mother roll is around 38,750 square feet of paper, and it weighs around 17,500 pounds. It'll be packed in sections and sent to Benemarful, Spain, where we carefully make it into the beautiful gummed, pressed, and watermarked sheets of Raw in your booklet.
solar-powered water project.
Habiti lives at the top of the hill. He asked for 5 years for the water to be sent up there, but it wasn't possible until now. The solar panels up here pumps the water up the hill into his room. And now you have water. Yeah.
So they've conceded that the Raw Foundation was misleading. They renamed it to Raw Giving to kind of encompass the idea that they just give money rather than they're a charity themselves. They also admitted that the judge awarded them $1 million due to the infringement upon their trade dress. So somebody was trying to infringe their trademark. Somebody was trying to make claims. That's false. But again, where I'm kind of at loss here is for everything else. The injunction stated that they cannot make a number of claims, but nowhere do they address those claims. So is it fair to say that they have been misleading consumers all this time? Has their stuff never been made in Alcoy, Spain? Was it never unbleached organic hemp? Was it never refined? I got to be honest. If this was my company and I was making claims that made me stand out amongst my competitors, and they were true claims, I would be dying on that hill to prove that my product stands out for these particular reasons. When I see them just gloss over the idea that, yeah, they had to concede, they can't say things anymore, leads me to believe that they were either lying or highly fabricating the truth in order to sell products. Very shady stuff. Maybe I'm completely out to left field, but this is what people aren't talking about. Sure, they're in France. Sure, they've given money before, but that's not all the accusations. What about all the claims they've made? I want to pass the question off to you. Am I in left field here? Again, is this an attack on big tobacco versus our industry? I don't think so. I think we've got an actor here that is not being very forthcoming with their claims. But I pass the question to you. What do you guys think? Am I wrong? Am I right? Is there something else at stake here? I want to hear from you. Until next time, guys, follow me on twitch.tv/pigeons420. We'll see you soon. Peace.